Понимаю, что у нас сейчас с вами шикарная возможность услышать профессора Шигео Ота. Он является вообще открывателем и инициатором интереса к водородной терапии. И организаторы, мы с большой благодарностью это отмечаем, нашли возможность, пригласить его в виде онлайновской лекции, онлайновского выступления. Пожалуйста.
Hello, I'm Shigeo Ohta from Japan. I'm a professor emeritus of Nippon Medical University, Tokyo, and visiting professor of Juntendo University, Tokyo. And I'm serving the honorary president of the Japanese Biomedical Society for Molecular Hydrogen. First of all, I would like to thank the committee members of this Congress for giving me opportunity to present our recent work as a pioneer of hydrogen medicine. I will be giving a talk titled The Wide-Ranging Effect of Hydrogen on Patients with Serious Disease and Healthy People, from Animal Experiment to Clinical Trials. I began to study molecular hydrogen in January 2005 and published the first paper in Nature Medicine in May 2007. Hydrogen here means molecular hydrogen or hydrogen gas. Its chemical formula is H2. The title of the paper is Hydrogen Act as a Selective Therapeutic Antioxidant Against Cytotoxic Oxygen Radicals. Since then, many scientists around the world have shown interest in hydrogen and performed research from various aspects. Since then, over 17 years, more than 2,000 articles have been published around the world. The left panel shows the number of the publication per each year, showing an increase in the number of the publication. And this slide shows the early result of our research. Hydrogen radical generates the culture cells by the Fenton reaction. The hydrogen radical is almost oxidizing and destroys the cell. In the right panel, green and red dot indicate live and dead cell respectively. In the absence of hydrogen in the culture medium, most cells died within 1 hour by the hydrogen radical. But in the presence of hydrogen in the cultured medium, most cells survived against hydrogen radical. I was really surprised to see the result of the power of hydrogen. This slide shows selective reduction of hydrogen. Different type of reactive oxygen species loss can be visualized using fluorescent dye, specific to each loss. Hydrogen in the media did not change the level of superoxide, nitric oxide, or hydrogen peroxide within the culture cell. Hydrogen reduced the level of hydrogen radical, as shown in the right panel. This result is of great importance because superoxide and nitric oxide and hydrogen peroxide shows a very important physically beneficial role as a signaling molecules. This means while hydrogen does not decrease physiological loss, hydrogen reduces cytotoxic hydrogen radicals. But serious questions remains for a long time. The fundamental question is hydrogen should not react without a catalyst. it is unlikely that hydrogen would have such a pronounced effect in living organisms. In fact, in aqueous solution, hydrogen reacts with hydroxyl, but it is much slower than reactions in living cells. This year, a Chinese group published a paper showing that the hydrogen target is oxidized porphyrin, and the hydride of oxide porphyrin act as a catalyst. Porphyrins are abundant, and various types of porphyrin exist inside and outside cells, including mitochondria, hemoglobin, myoglobin, P450, and NOS, nitric oxide synthase. There are so many ways to consume hydrogen. Inhale hydrogen gas, drink hydrogen water, supplement to generate hydrogen in stomach, inject or eye drop hydrogen saline, transfer hydrogen through the skin from hydrogen bath or hydrogen cosmetics. In addition, production of hydrogen by intestinal bacteria is maybe useful. Various publications have revealed multiple functions of hydrogen. Notably, no adverse effects were found as far as publications were concerned. Hydrogen has beneficial effect on healthy people and patients with various diseases. We believe that mission of hydrogen medicine is to address unresolved issues such as post-cardiac arrest, advanced cancer, metabolic syndrome, infectious diseases, and dementia. First of all, I will introduce its effect on ischemic reperfusion injury caused by excess oxidative stress. It is especially difficult to reintegrate into society after cardiac arrest. The paper in Nature Medicine showed that inhaling hydrogen gas reduced the brain damage. One day after the ischemic reperfusion, clear results can be seen. White area shows dead neuron area. When rat inhaled hydrogen gas, there is almost no white area in their brains. The result was really clear. Next, we conducted a randomized clinical study on cerebral infarction. 25 patients received inhaled 3% hydrogen gas for 1 hour, twice per day, and 25 patients received only conventional medicine. NIH stroke, clinical scale, and MRI shows improvement. And rehabilitation can be carried out smoothly by inhaling hydrogen gas. During the cardiac arrest, blood flow is cut off, causing damage to the brain. As a result, it is very difficult for people to return to normal life after cardiac arrest, and some people become bedridden. Therefore, I focus on brain function after cardiac arrest. In our experiment, we are able to measure the memory and the motor activity of rat. Surprisingly, that the inhaled hydrogen did not experience a significant disease in brain function, and also hydrogen maintained the motor activity. This clinical study was a multi-center randomized placebo-controlled double-blind trial. This is the most reliable method. I summarize the result in a graph. Mortality rate was reduced by less than half. and the number of the patients without a circulatory rate and no after effect were more than doubled. To be honest, we are really surprised by this result. Hydrogen was a serious impact on life and death. Let's move on to metabolic syndrome. This slide shows that drinking hydrogen water can suppress obesity in DBDB mice, which cannot regulate their appetite and overeat, inducing the obesity and diabetes. Importantly, control hydrogen mice ate the same amount of food and drank the same amount of water. Furthermore, control mouse and hydrogen mice behaved with the same locomotor activity. Drinking hydrogen water reduced body fat, blood glucose, blood insulin, and blood glycerol. This indicates hydrogen stimulates energy metabolism. The following slide shows the result of randomized double-blind placebo-controlled clinical study with sub-analysis in the oxidative stress enhancement group. Drink hydrogen water reduced BMI, total fat area, hip waist circumference. This result have been followed by several studies from the other laboratory. Most recently, a meta-analysis paper published in this year. Let's move on the issue of dementia. The challenge of Alzheimer's disease is one of the most serious concerns. The strongest risk is aging, meaning multiple causes can lead to the disease. On the other hand, hydrogen has multiple functions, including antioxidant, anti-inflammation, anti-cell death, and stimulate energy metabolism. Therefore, we consider that the hydrogen may improve or prevent Alzheimer's disease. And for this purpose, we construct a dementia model mice, feed them with hydrogen water, and examine their cognitive index using Y-major analysis. Hydrogen water was provided for 6 months from 14 months old and 18 months old. And the decline in memory was suppressed by hydrogen water. No hydrogen with hydrogen and wild type. Furthermore, hydrogen water suppressed neurodegeneration in the hippocampus. Okay, we can see the clear result here. That is a hippocampus area. Next, we conducted randomized placebo-controlled clinical trial in subjects with mild cognitive impairment, a pre-dementia stage. The subject drank 300 milliliters of hydrogen water for 1 year. We tested ADAS-Cog, which is the most reliable method of accessing cognitive states. When focusing on sub-analysis of subject with APOE4 carrier, this is a strong risk factor for dementia. Hydrogen significantly improved symptom in subject with mild cognitive impairment. When compared the result to approved drug, hydrogen was more effective. Recently, 8 patients with severe Alzheimer's disease inhaled 3% hydrogen gas twice a day for 1 hour for 6 months. Cognitive performance improved significantly after 6 months. Yeah, that is an improvement. And the effect was continued for half a year without hydrogen as a follow-up. This suggests hydrogen has the effect on movement, improvement of disease, but not only temporarily reducing the symptoms. Furthermore, we examined active neurons by using tensor diffusion imaging system using MR. This is improvement after half year and continued effect for half year and maybe 1 year also. And we can see the increase of active neuron and continue to the improvement for half year and 1 year. Finally, I would like to introduce the molecular mechanism only briefly, by which hydrogen exerts its multiple functions. The pathway to suppress the expression of inflammatory cytokines and the pathway to activate energy metabolism. This diagram shows a pathway by which hydrogen exerts multiple functions, including ferroptosis, which is cell death type, and increase of energy metabolism, and the suppression of inflammation by the very complicated pathway. And the huge areas remains unresolved. And this is our group. Thank you for your attention. I would appreciate if you would be interested in hydrogen medicine and participate in the research and application. Thank you very much. See you sometime. Goodbye.